There's no doubt that Darth Vader is one of the most iconic villains in movie history. From his outfit to his breathing, just his presence alone sets him apart from all the other characters and villains that has been introduced since like forever. In each media that we've seen him, whether movies, TV shows or games, we've gotten amazing moments that is hard, and that's what this video is about. These are 7 spine-chilling Darth Vader moments in Star Wars media. At number 7, we have Vaders Introduction in Star Wars 1977. Now, the opening scene for this new IP starts off with a rebel ship being intercepted by a star destroyer. Just an overwhelming presence that takes the viewer aback a little. Stormtroopers then board the ship, clears out everybody, seemingly opening a path for someone. And as the smoke clears, figure walks into frame, all black, heavy breathing, just standing there inspecting the bodies with no care, no emotions at all. And in the next frame, choking a rebel and slamming him across the wall. Perfect introduction to a villain. This is where you realize that this movie and this villain is about to be different from anything you've ever seen. And number 6 is Kanan and Ezra's first encounter with him in season 2 episode 1 of Star Wars Rebels. At this point, it's already known that wherever Darth Vader shows, he's going to make an impression, and a very memorable one at that. Star Wars Rebels continued where Clone Wars left off. It moved the story forward and introduced us to new characters, 2 of them being Kanan and Ezra, master and apprentice. And in episode 1 of season 2, the Ghost crew on a mission to steal power generators did not see this coming when they sensed a chilling presence, something that they felt before, but now it was right there with them.
Do you feel that? The cold.
Of course, Darth Vader at this point had been shown a couple of times before this scene, but this moment before the reveal to these 2 characters who've never seen or heard of him before, it's a truly chilling moment. From the presence that Ezra and Kanan felt to the Darth Vader reveal, the lightsaber switch up, and just the camera staying with the character. Of course, the fight between them, it was hardly a fight. It was just freaking Darth Vader. Kanan and Ezra get a one-up on Vader, thinking that they have seemingly defeated him, even killed him. But then the following moment happens, leaving the characters even more terrified as they escaped.
Not us. Run!
At number 5, we have the suit up. After barely left alive after his fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin is found by Palpatine and taken into a medical bay to get him fixed up. Of course, it takes a lot of work to actually keep him alive, and the only way to do that was to put him in a robotic suit. The whole scene just felt like a horror movie, from the burns and the image of Anakin's final state to painfully being covered in layers of black armor and that iconic black mask lowering to his face, seemingly being this point that any shred of humanity was being literally covered up. And after his awakening, being told by Palpatine that he had killed Padme in his rage moment, the whole atmosphere changes again, going from that horrific surgery moment that we just saw into another chilling moment that has been memed to death. Number 4, we have the torture of his former master. When Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Disney Plus show, was announced, audience already had hope that we were going to get a meeting or an encounter between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. Already we know what happens at the end between those 2. What about the in-betweens? And in the 3rd episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we find out Obi-Wan Kenobi, a shell of his former self, was hiding from Vader at this point. And what did Vader do to draw him out? He started slaughtering civilians, nothing new to him. And when the fight actually started between those 2, it was hardly won. Obi-Wan could do nothing against Vader. Given how Obi-Wan left him in a pool of fire to burn to death, Darth Vader at this moment also decided to repay the favor by literally wiping the floor of fire that he started with him. This wasn't a fight, it was torture. and Darth Vader wanted him to feel what he felt in their last encounter. And oh, did Obi-Wan feel it. At the third spot, we have the Great Purge in Revenge of the Sith. After Anakin had converted to the dark side fully, taking the name Darth Vader, he just went full villain mode after Palpatine announced Order 66, the Great Jedi Purge. Anakin went to work immediately, killing all the Jedi he could find. One instance that just showed how truly evil and how dark his soul had become. He massacres a room full of younglings, sending a clear message: no one is safe. The second spot is the chase in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the video game. Respawn really outdid themselves when they created this amazing semi-open world Star Wars game that people have been wanting for years. From the gameplay and to the story, which was truly intriguing as the movies themselves. Now, one thing that people did not actually expect to encounter in the game was Darth Vader. During the ending of the game, when the Knife Sister had seemingly redeemed herself, Darth Vader makes an appearance in one of the most holy shit Star Wars moments.
That doesn't look good.
It isn't. It's him.
You have failed me, Inquisitor.
Avengers!
And at this moment, you'll be thinking, oh, this is a boss fight. Nope, this is survival, as Darth Vader chases you like the Grim Reaper as you try to escape. And it just goes to show you, whether you are the protagonist of the game, where most of the times in games like these, you win against the final boss, it literally shows you that this isn't that type of game and this isn't that type of villain. And at the number one spot, you guessed it, is the Hallway Massacre in Rogue One. Few moments can really come close to giving you the chills like this in Star Wars. Of course, anytime Darth Vader pops up, there's always going to be a memorable moment that will leave you in awe or just excited. And one of those moments was in Star Wars Rogue One in 2016, in the climax of the movie, when Darth Vader massacres a dozen or more rebels in a hallway trying to escape with the Death Star plans. If this scene doesn't send any chills down your spine, then whew, you are really lucky, because those soldiers, those rebels were really feeling it. Darth Vader was literally the boogeyman, the evil incarnate, making his way through the hallway with his red lightsaber illuminating the dark. And I'm pretty sure this moment will never be forgotten in Star Wars history. Now, these are 7 of the spine-chilling moments of Darth Vader in Star Wars media. Now, of course, there are others which may prompt a part 2 to this video, as Darth Vader never fails to make an impression, to terrify and murder anybody standing in his way. Now, do let me know in the comments below what you thought of all these moments, and what are your top 5 or at least top 3 moments of Darth Vader. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and also turn on that post notification bell not to miss any new video. As always, Nerdy Sage here. See you guys in the next one.